Cool. So we're here with Julie White. Julie actually trained on the same training course as me, not quite the same year, but we overlapped a little bit, so we did a lot of our training together. And Julie's gone through all 4 years, so I thought it'd be really useful for us to get a sense of, from Julie in her own words, of how she found the training. But again, perhaps a good place to start with is, what were you doing before you signed up for the training course?
So before I started training, I was working in childcare and worked my way up from being a nursery assistant right up through to manager. And I'd done that for about 20 years and kind of thought, right, what do I want to do? Do I want to keep working in childcare or something, or learn something new? I wasn't quite sure what it was I wanted to learn, and I'd found out about some of the Bernian theory on a previous course during my childcare career, so I kind of got drawn back into it through that, really. Okay, so
you found out about transactional analysis.
Yes, briefly. It was more the OK Corral and checking out our fantasies about what we were thinking of other people.
Okay, oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So you were interested in doing something new, in developing your career.
Yes.
What else did you look at? How come you ended up doing the training here at the Ellesmere Centre?
Well, whilst kind of remembering some of the stuff that I'd done on the course, I was really intrigued about how it was based on the subliminal messages, so all the kind of unconscious messages that we take from the adults in our lives. And because we were working with children, it was about how the children will be picking up some of our messages that we wouldn't particularly be teaching them, but they would be picking up on our body language, the way we spoke, etc. So that really interested me, and I looked up the theory on the internet to find out more about that, and that's when I found the Ellesmere Centre, because they focused on the Bern theory as well. Okay,
so how did you actually find the training?
The training was I started the TA 101. I'd had no other training before in terms of counselling and psychotherapy, so I did the 101, which for me just summed up more of the course that I'd already done. And I loved being able to gain some insight and some awareness about how I was and how I might be with other people as well.
So you did the 101 and you really felt like you were going in the right direction?
Yes.
And then the foundation year?
Yes, and then I did the foundation year after that.
Yes. How was that?
That was, for the first year, that took, I think it probably, I found out so much information in terms of my own personal journey. I think that was so relevant, and just got so inspired and enthused by the theory that was being delivered, and just loved the style, loved the atmosphere, the way that the Ellesmere is in terms of how it does train in small groups too. I liked that.
I really like asking that question of people, because the number of people who smile sort of uncontrollably when I ask them what was the training like is it's almost everybody. It's so much fun. So what's life like for you now that you finished the training?
So now I've finished the training, I have been able to leave my childcare career. I now work with children and young people for a not-for-profit organisation in Hull. And I've
what do you do with them?
So I play
what's your job title?
Oh, sorry. So I'm a psychotherapeutic counsellor.
Okay.
And I do play therapy. I've also been trained up to do dyadic therapy to work with families and young children. And really my main focus is based on attachment and how that impacts on the way that we learn to be with ourselves and other. Okay. That sounds quite different from where you were before you started. Yes, it is, in terms of I still work with children, though being able to work with their emotions, their thoughts, their feelings, etc. Often from a pretty distressed place. Yes. So being able to help them learn to emotionally regulate, develop confidence, develop their self-esteem, and work through any anxieties, etc.
Yeah.
So yes, very different. Though what's great is I've been able to use my skills that I learned in childcare, as in my observation skills, and really being able to apply that, particularly with child development knowledge as well.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.